No, but I got a call. Just that first day of shooting. And Nagi called me and said, I just had to call and tell you that we shot our first day with Kamal. I
He
missed
never
it.
told me.
He called me. I was in Bombay. And it was a long break because, obviously we were shooting, different schedules and hadn't heard from him in a while. And I see this missed call from Nagi. I was like, what has happened? I just called to tell you we shot our first day with Kamal sir. Like a child.
That's what made it.
Yeah.
This guy. We hope this guy will also make it.
So, Prabhas, you've always been very quiet and simple and don't reaction on stuff. Somebody of your stature who is now presently, I've always wondered how you feel or how you felt when Nagi came to something.
Nagi said first time.
Because when I first met him, we met on set and all that. We went through this whole procedure where who's going to touch whose feet. So he came and said, I'm just touching your feet. Then I said, okay, let's stop it. It's whole business. And then in a very quiet, private moment, he said, sir, be prepared to break a few bones and this and that. This guy has made me break bones here and there. And I've been jumping here and there in Bahubali and so on and so forth. I'm wondering, how is it going to happen? But that's the detailing that I was talking about, your father. He's so simple, so down to earth. You can't believe he's there on set every day. And he's actually monitoring what the artist is being asked to do. Hey, don't put this, don't make him do this, because that's tough for him. But the way Nagi programmed everything, he said, sir, don't worry. We just use close-ups and we've got dupes and we've got harnesses.
And it is not about the number of cameras or number of
exactly,
crew.
yeah.
It's the quietness of the set which I enjoyed more.
I remember the message.
Because that's lacking in most sets. The noise should be inside and in the theatre, not in the set. So everybody is talking in discipline, which I found that Mr. Nagi could speak in his volume and still be heard. He mumbled, but he still heard it and said because that's how quiet it is.
I asked these questions, because in my time we never had all these facilities. So if we had to jump from the second floor, we actually jumped. No harnesses, you break your ankle, you break your leg and everything. So it was a wonder for me how they are going to be able to do it. But I just marvel at the technology now. Kamal, you must have been through a lot of all this.
I think they've invested. We
never had these facilities, Never. And to be able to now be part of it. And to have, little cameras like this who are recording everything on digital. For us, you may be knowing that, celluloid film was the most expensive item in the budget of a film. Because it was not available, it used to get imported from Kodak. And to save celluloid film, you had to be sure that your first take was okay.
Yeah, it's a reputation.
You can't make a mistake. I remember Rishida used to say, just one take. No. So he's saving celluloid, but he's also satisfied. And if you insisted that, take it, you pay for it. It's like that. We never had an opportunity to see, monitors. And we were not allowed to go near the camera also. We have to pay a fine if we
they'll all
if you got a chance to look through the...
Nothing, never allowed. Not even allowed to go to the editing room. It was impossible. You saw yourself for the first time on the day of the release. So all this has been a huge experience and a learning for all of us. Which is why, and Prabhas, I'm very sorry.
The first time when we had a fight, you caught me here, and I thought
in the movie.
So I thought Amitabh sir, I need to be careful, So hard. This man is not whatever he's saying. He's from 25, 26. And I told him, he's so strong.
No, but a lot of things we did, we never ever expected it. I mean, that is what is truly good.
I think also the sets, I think for the audience to know that we eventually, if I may say, built the city.
Cities,
Land
world,
and
yeah.
the city, and I think the fact that Nagi today has a vision where once the movie releases, I think fans of the movie can actually go and
And the
visit
vision
the
is
set.
unique because the way they play with the camera
Correct.
is not like we are used to. He comes quite close compared to you. And that's what you enjoy because how do you act for cameras here? So how
In
do
our time, it used to be a challenge. I still remember that one of the challenges for an artist would be to give a close-up with a 75 mm lens on a Mitchell camera, which is huge. This huge monster used to come and stand here with a lens. You have to do close-up.
and it's a rack shift camera. So even the cameraman is not actually looking at the image, but is looking at parallax.
And they didn't have monitors.
No money. And
We're not used to, not seeing the director standing next to us on the set. We always used to see the camera is the director, then he's guiding. We're not used to that. You just hear a voice somewhere 2 miles away. Maybe shouting or whatever. But really, I mean, Deepika, you've done so many films, I would say that you're a modern age.
No, not only that, in the West.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think nothing
Biggest international ads ever. No one ever did. Louis
It must have been,
Keep quiet.
it must have been a hell of an experience.
No, I think what I was processing as I heard the two of you speak is in terms of where we were, filmmaking and technology. Now, for all of us to be a part of a movie where I think every kind of technology that is available in the world today is probably at our disposal through this movie. And the fact that we have a director who's used it so intelligently, and also to find that balance, because also with AI and things like that, I think you can also lose the soul of performances, but I think to be able to find that balance between technology that's available to you, but to also keep the performances real, I think is what makes this movie and this experience very special.
Yeah. Some of the visuals of the sets, we were either against a green screen or just so that we never know. But quite honestly, for the first time, I've seen
The visuals.
the surroundings, and it's just unbelievable. And my God, I always wonder how Nagi had his vision.
That's what I was saying. It was all in his mind.
No, and even for us who breathe in, breathe out with him every day, sometimes what are we shooting? What we've created is only the 30% of the set. Like, for example, it's just the bridge where we shot for a long
but now
time.
you see
But now
there's a whole city there.
When we watched the world, we started watching some of the city shots and fully built sets, we were like, wow, this is what this man had in his head fully there. Like, he knew what he was doing.
I think she knew what he was doing. What
I
did
would
your
just leave
husband
it to
tell
the editing
first?
room. I'm like,
The first sentence, what did he say about the film? The first. What did he tell you first?
no, Nagi's the biggest expression is like,
No. The first time when he told about the story or the movie, what he wanted to make. He told you first, I think, as I remember.
Yeah, so basically he just said I have
this
this
is the
story, one word, he just said there's a small story that I really like, but there's another one, there's another one, which is a really something that I would do at really another stage, but if I don't do this now,
then I might not be able to
do it again.
And then he for some reason went on saying in his own words, I'd say, that this is something India deserves now. We will have to tell this sort of storytelling in India. We have to have our own, stories like this. So this has been there with him for the longest time. And apparently he wanted to do it with Prabhas like ages back. I was like, I don't know how.
First film you wanted to visit.
Apparently with this film, and then
No, the fact that we are able to mix mythology with something futuristic is so unique.
Yeah, it's unique. Sir.
And very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very intelligent. Most of India, all of India recognizes our mythology and our history and our culture, whatever our traditions.
And what could go wrong?
And what could go wrong. But to be able to bring that and make it sound real, I mean, we'll be disclosing a lot of the stories to do that, but the fact is that by the end of the film, you will actually believe what you see. And that is the vision that, will make the success of the director of the production. But Prabhas, you worked in similar subjects earlier also.
This is like this.
Bahubali, for example, was
periodic.
Was a little periodic.
This was future.
Here, there is period and the future mixed together.
Yeah.
Just, must be
And my character is like, he has a lot of, he has grey, superhero, funny. I
So the first time you had humor.
humor I did for like, before Bahubali I did. But for, other than Telugu, I think this first time they're watching me in humor. Funny character with superhero, with grey shade. I think the way he wrote, I think this is the best character ever in my life. The way he wrote it.
and also I have to say that one of the most difficult casting ever was Kamal
Kamal
sir.
sir, yeah, he was so worried.
But
about
they were like, they were shooting, and then like Yaskin, when is Yaskin coming? The whole film is Yaskin, but where is Yaskin? And how would you cast this person who's equivalent to, or like mightier than these two superheroes? And then who is it? And then you could only think we were like we were
behind for
1 year, sir, easily 1 year, easily 1 year.
And I was telling don't talk to me. Just leave.
Prabhas has been a doctor. He felt out, you've done this. He has done this. He has done this. What am I going to do? That was the reason
That
why I
also
did that. And it's not that I've played bad guys before, even as a lead bad guy, psychopath and all that. But this is something else.
First time. We are lucky to have Kamal sir.
the detailing of the equipments that are going to be there, like the bus, for example, and the car,
Auto.
and I didn't know that Buji was made in India.
It is fully
Made by
early
Mahindra
made
and
in
one of
India.
the,
It was made by Mahindra and J Motors, and also a lot of young Indian engineers. And a lot
It's
of
just
young,
unbelievable. Many a times I used to ask Nagi when I went to the set and said, okay, how did you think of this? He said there are companies that, that have think tanks and we gave them the idea and they come up with projections and then we approve something.
Even for our storyboard, we came up with a new guy. I suggested somebody.
Correct, sir.
We even tried that.
Correct, sir. Yes.
It's not that they have a team and they'll never try anything new. So we tried, we didn't like it.
Yes.
We came back.
So you
So there was still experimentation.
Yes.
Even my look, I don't know, it must have changed about 5 times. Costume,
Agreed,
everything.
No, and also Nagi is very fortunate to be working with you two, especially at your stature. You're willing to experiment with him. You're willing to explore things with him. So in one of the interviews we just did, they said, was it a big pressure? Shooting with Bachchan sir and Kamal sir. He said, initially, I was like, I found it very funny and silly that I would actually direct both of them. then, it felt so easy because they both said, don't make me an Amitabh Bachchan, don't make me a Kamal Haasan. Do something else with us. He had the same notion with both of you all, and, he enjoys working with you both so much. Absolute no pressure. I'm like, you were directing them and he has no pressure on his face. So, I think it's a great synergy.
I don't know about that, but it's terrible to be able to even think like this. I don't want to blame myself. Well, what is myself? I'm not me. With all due respect, we're all fakes in front of the camera. They play fake characters. The writer is the true genius. He dreams, he thinks. All of us are fake. So, what is it about me? It's nothing. It's just something that you see in a visual in a film. It's not that this is how we are. But Abhijit, that's the jam you get after 2027.
And Deepika, first time doing that Telugu film, it's like completely different from the Bollywood or little different or very, very different.
No, I mean, I
And now Nagi is very different for us also because in the first story when he told me it was, I could hear only 20%. Other part I asked my friends, so easily. Should have been tough for you to Bollywood. This.
No, I mean, I think that world of the movie, which I think is new even for the audience, it's new. But I think as actors, you're not really thinking. I think when you emote, the language I think comes secondary.
No, the language is the
emotion
problem.
is what, and I think that's the language of cinema, right? It's transcends borders. So you can act in English, you can act in Telugu, you can act in Hindi, but I think as long as the emotion, you can just say so much with your eyes without saying anything at all and be able to convey that emotion.
And you can show the best
The words
with your
are more like a crutch, I feel. So no, I didn't feel like, I'm now working in Telugu cinema, or it didn't feel overwhelming in that sense. Because what you're investing in as an actor is the emotional journey of the character.
But for a production of this value and extent, what I found was that until Nagi got the right team, the right place, he never compromised.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If he did something,
He has a
with you,
beautiful way of getting what he wants.
he won't shout from there. He'll come up very quietly.
But very important.
Yes,
Very important. It's not just asking.
not And even after seeing Rashid come on, there are times when he said, sir, I feel we can do that. And as producers, how do you live with this fact? You've got to redo this thing. You've got to put up the set again. You've got to get the artist back. The timing and the dates. And never have I seen any kind of, regret or a very morose kind of face.
Yeah, you got to do it again. This guy's not worried about the costliest picture, I feel.
I think
I really marvel at that.
I think in the cave set, the first set that we shot, so we finished the schedule. I think we shot for 4 days or 5 days, and we were like almost done. And we were like, okay, so this is done. So then it's like, take those 3 pillars and take the flooring. I'm like, why we have done that? So then I was like, I didn't understand. So then after 4 months, we were shooting that same thing. So then I was like, okay, so from every set, I know what to keep. So I'm sure there will be something or the other that now you will go back.
How do producers feel happy? Big artists like that lend themselves to the show. Shivari Saab had not worked for a year. He came to act in Devarman. We did the scene. So for him, it's very new to see something on a computer.
Correct.
So I was showing him, and I showed him in the computer the cut version of the scene. Can I say one more thing? Can you do all the close-ups? It looks very amateur. So, I thought he was talking about me.
Yeah.
He said, me, I have not acted for 1 year. It shows. How can you refuse a man like that? I said, if I had to rebuild the set, I would have built it for him. So, the director is asking for something. That's what I said, the word pertinent I used was, when he tells you, you come in. You're not asking, what do you want? Please tell me what you want. Keeping on taking after take, what do you really want? But he clearly tells you, and you say, yes, that's what I should have done. And that's very rare in a director. Very few have that. When that happens, the set lights up, even without lights.
No matter what you may say about it, at the end of the day, you will go back with some ethics, which is cultural, which is And I can tell you, people are going to be shocked when they see Kalki. The kind of effort that is. And these visuals are just unbelievable.
Yes.
And I was just seeing some comments on the net, which was very heartening. So, like exactly what you said, India is ready for it. And they are, because they are owning it up. And they're saying, nice, we deserve to see this. That's okay.
Yay!
This is the silence that we have on the set. We have nothing more to say because we are fully
Now we have
satisfied.
to redo this because it's like,
Oh shit.
Hey, hard bandu bhi.
CG में करेंगे.
So, if there's anything else, Swapna, Priyanka ji, you want to ask us to say something?
I think we just
Or
want to thank
especially
you.
Prabhas,
We
you
just
haven't
want to
spoken
thank
at all.
you.
It is not unusual because normally you don't say much.
He is maintaining the pregnant silence of the director.
I'm imitating the director.
I think we're all extremely thankful, sir. All of us extremely grateful
No, these
for
are just
what has
formalities you've
happened.
done.
No. This is truly from the heart because, or not on a regular day, not on a it doesn't, something like this doesn't happen to everybody and just happen to us. We're very, very grateful. That's because I feel my father has invested so much of his life into cinema, and I feel cinema is giving back it to us. It's as simple as